this new. Come on in, SKOL VIKES. Come on in, SKOL VIKES. SKOL VIKES. Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. SKOL VIKES, you know what it is, SKOL VIKES, man. Yeah, SKOL VIKES news today, baby. SKOL VIKES news today. Yeah. A little earlier with the live. Yeah. Yeah, had to start a little earlier tonight, man. Let's get it. Yeah. Some more Vikings business to get into. More BRIAN FLORES news. And like I said, we definitely doing the mock right here, right now. First one of many, man. Let's get it. Now we know the whole BRIAN FLORES business. A lot of questions. What's going on with Flores? We're gonna get into that first. Then we're gonna follow that up with a mock draft. We know what's going on with the draft. Quasi must handle that Vikings business. First question, can Quasi even handle that Vikings business in the draft, right? Right. Getting to some of this B-Flow news, man. BRIAN FLORES news. Give me 1 second. What's BRIAN FLORES gonna do? What is BRIAN FLORES gonna do, man? That's the big question, right? Right. A lot of teams poaching for him. A lot of teams trying to take him. Did a live the other day, right? Tom Brady, the Raiders, the Ravens. News in. The Ravens definitely request an interview with BRIAN FLORES. Let's get into it, man. For real. The Ravens want flow. The Ravens want flow. And it makes sense. It definitely makes sense. He's very similar to John Harbaugh type personality, toughness, aggressiveness, etc., right? Boom. Definitely more closer to a John Harbaugh personality. And we all know what's going on with Flo. If the Vikings lose Flo, what will they do? Who will step up? It's going to be tough to them to recover and recoup if they lose Brian Flores. But as we know, as we expected, for real, teams want him, teams adore him, teams see special talent in him. You hear me? So you expect him to get a lot of gig opportunities. You expect him to get a lot of interviews, right? Right. Once again, you come in the chat, like it up, bro. Like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell. Become a member of the channel. You know, exclusive only member lives and other perks, man. Heavy. Support the channel and support the grind. We're going to get into some articles with Brian Flores, but we also going to get into some videos. And like I say, I will be doing a mock draft at the end of the live early. Next Friday, the live probably be at 7 regular scheduled time, but I wanted to start this one earlier because I got plans to watch the game. You hear me? Big game tonight, Indiana, Oregon. If you watch college ball, right, let me know who you got. I repeat, let me know who you got. Question is, will Brian Flores remain? Will Brian Flores remain the Vikings DC? Shit, a lot of people want it. A lot of people want KOC to go out the door and the Vikings hire B Flow. Oh man, if that were to happen, I would love it. Matter of fact, I want some more of it. I'm here for it, man. For real. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and get into this Ravens article real quick. Got a couple more articles to get into, dive into as well, huh? Give me 1 second, man. Let's get it. Yeah. Give me 1 second to dive into this article, man. Let's get it. Shout out Mel Batty in the building. Shout out Mel Batty in the building. What up, big dog? I will support you, EJ. Big SKOL. Much appreciated, homie. You know, much appreciated, homie. No cap. Appreciate you for the support, homie. Yeah. Holding in the building. My dog Holding in the building. What up, bro? Early. Like I told y'all, I'm kicking off this live a little early, man. I'm watching the game at about 7:30. So yeah, next Friday, catch me here again. You know what it is. I'm every day with it. I'm every day with it. Heavy. My dog Holding in the building, bro. Let's get it. What y'all think about Flores? What y'all think about Flores? Is he leaving or is he staying? I repeat, is he leaving or is he staying once again? Here we go. Give me 1 second to open up this article, man. Here we go. Yeah, come on in, man. Once again, become a channel member. Heavy. Get this article right fast, man. One more again. Remember, we got a mock draft tonight. Early. You know, heavy. We're going to take our time with this flow situation. I repeat, we're going to take our time once again, right, with this B flow situation. Heavy. Give me 1 second to get into it, man. As you come in, like the chat up, like, comment, and subscribe. Matter of fact, share this live with everybody you know. Hey, don't go be flow. Oh yeah, man. Yeah. And I might go over the live tonight, just depending what's going on. But I'm very interested in watching that Indiana Oregon game, man. You know. Give me 1 second, bro. Pull this up. Let's get it. Let's get it. Ravens request to interview Vikings defensive Coordinator BRIAN FLORES. Where there you have it. You see where the Ravens' mind is at. You see that the Ravens really want B-Flow. You see what's really going on. So it's no more secrets. Like I said in the last live, like we observed in the last live, right? Tom Brady, the Raiders, everybody wants Flores, man. He will be a hot commodity. I repeat, he will be a hot commodity. Are you shocked? Not at all, homie. Not at all. Yeah. The Ravens have added Viking defensive coordinator Brian Flores to their list of head coaching candidates. And you know what it is, man. Bottom line, period. The Baltimore Ravens requested to interview Minnesota Vikings defensive coordinator Brian Flores for their head coaching vacancy, per NFL's network's Tom Pelissero. Flores was in New England for a decade in multiple roles that included special teams assistant, defensive assistant, safeties coach, and linebackers coach before landing his first head coaching job at Miami in 2019. Flores' tenure with the Dolphins was not a successful one, finishing with the 24-25 record and no playoff appearances in his 3 seasons there. And a lot of headlines, namely reports of Flores refusing to tank in 2019 that fractured relations with ownership, rumors that Flores never wanted Tagovailoa at his quarterback, and the confirmation that the Dolphins pursued Sean Payton before firing Flores. Well, first off, Flores, that shows you who he is as a competitor, as a man, and as a coach right there, right? Right. The fact that he refused to tank, I don't got no problem with it. I don't like damn tanking anyway. So that shows you where his mindset, his mind frame really is as far as being a head coach, the development of a team where he wants to take his team right down. And the fact the Dolphins were mad at him allegedly for not wanting to tank shows you where they were or weren't in a situation as being an organization, period. And then people try to get mad at Flo like because he didn't want Tua. So what? Mike Zimmer didn't want Kirk Cousins' punk ass, huh? Maybe maybe it was the same situation. Flores saw flaws in Tua, and now when it's all coming to the light, Tua definitely is not the guy. You know, he is definitely not a franchise quarterback for a team. Period. So you ask yourself, was Brian Flores wrong? Hell to the no, bitch, yeah. The stint and the drama, unfortunately, tarnished Flores' reputation following his tenure in Miami, with many saying he was incapable of being a head coach due to his temper. Now, we don't know the inside scoop. We don't know the real 411. And he could have had a little slight temper, but I'm sure he's grown a lot from that situation, right? Since then, he's probably a totally different coach, totally different coaching style, totally different person at the end of the day, right? Right. After he left Miami, Flores spent a year in Pittsburgh as a senior defensive assistant and linebackers coach. This was an important time for Flores, where head coach Mike Tomlin wanted to offer him a lifeline following his failed Miami experience. And you must salute, right, and shout out Mike Tomlin for giving Flores an opportunity. You know, damn near the whole NFL turned their back on him, didn't want to really give him another chance. Then Flores once again got a chance to be around greatness, right? Understand the meaning of winning and really running a team, running, building a roster, you know, being under the wing of Mike Tomlin. So that was a benefit for him, a win-win for him. So it all came to fruition for Flores. So shout out Mike Tomlin once again for not paying attention to the BS, not paying attention to the hype, not being scared to, give this man another chance, even though he's going up against the NFL. So yeah, Mike Tomlin, I'm sure, saw something in him to give him an opportunity to be successful. You hear me, dog? No cap, bro. Heavy, point blank, period. Flores took what he learned from Tomlin and went to Minnesota, where he spent the last 2 seasons as the defensive coordinator. Yeah. Now the Ravens are calling. Are you surprised? Are you shocked? Shit, not at all. A lot of people are calling. Yeah, man. Come on. Trying to bring Flores fire and attention to detail to Baltimore's defense. Since Mike McDonald's departure, the Ravens have been unable to field a consistent defense. And now you see what I believe Mike McDonald is in Seattle, right? Now you see in 2 years where he has brung the position he has put Seattle in. You hear me? Heavy. It's about coaching. I repeat, it's about coaching. The Minnesota Vikings, Luke Flores. I tell you this here right now, dog. You cannot replace a Brian Flores. I repeat, let me get active. You cannot replace a Brian Flores, point blank, period. Bottom line, bitch, yeah. They've also blown multiple fourth quarter leads during John Harbaugh's tenure in the last 7 years. 13 games since 2020, blowing a double-digit lead. Flores has also repeatedly gushed about Lamar Jackson during press conferences and feels like the perfect coach to push Jackson. Oh yeah, no cap. You know, you would have to think, you would have to assume that Brian Flores and Lamar Jackson would be a perfect duo, a dynamic duo, similar personalities, similar, probably maybe slightly similar backgrounds, but Flores just liking everything about Lamar Jackson's game, right? Wanting to win like Lamar Jackson wants to win, bringing the same energy to the table as Lamar Jackson brings. So yeah, bro, it would definitely be a win-win. You know, you mix them two together, it could be very spooky. I repeat, very spooky for the league. Hey, come on, man. You already know how it go, man. Yeah. But we're gonna check it out, Holden. You hear me? We're gonna check it out, big dog. Heavy, man. Early. Yeah, we ain't in no rush. We ain't in no damn rush. Shout out Holden in the building once again. Speaking of some Minnesota Vikings news, their defensive backs coach got a few teams looking at him as defensive coordinator. Oh man, oh man, that's what happens. Hey, that's what happens right there, Skolden. You know, I mean Holden. You know, when you're successful as a coach, defensive coordinator, whatever, teams will start poaching. Teams will start coming at you. That's the name, the game of the business, right? Right. Matter of fact, let's just dive into that right now. Give me 1 second. Yeah, we here, man. We here. Support the grind, support the channel for real. Oh, hold on, man. Hold on, man. Hold on. I think I see it right here, bro. Let's get it. Let's see what's up with the Holden. Heavy. Shout out Holden in the chat for breaking that news, man. For real. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hold on, man. Shout out my boy Skolden for coming in hot on the spot. Yeah, I see the article right here. Give me 1 second, man. Give me 1 second. A lot going on in Minnesota. A lot going on in Minnesota. The more coaches you can retain, the better. Locked in. Lock in with me, baby. Lock in with me. You hear me? Heavy. Let's get into it. Vikings confident Brian Flores and Durante Jones will stay despite NFL teams seeking interviews. Holden. So that's facts, bro. That's facts. Durante Jones, we know the Vikings defensive backs coach. He's a hot topic too. He's a hot topic as well. Let's get into it, bro. For real. The Minnesota Vikings defensive success has turned coordinator Brian Flores and assistant coach Durante Jones into high priority targets across the NFL. Even as multiple teams request interviews, the Vikings are confident they can keep the core of their defensive staff intact. Heading into 26 now, I ask you the question, you hear me? What makes them so confident? Like, what reason do they have, to be so confident that Flo won't leave or Durante Jones won't leave? I mean, I just must sit back and ponder on that, man. Right? Right. I mean, what makes them so confident, though? I ask you, fire the chat up if you think Durante Jones will leave, if you think Brian Flores will leave. And before I go any further, like I say in every live, if you want to come up here, say what you feel, just make sure it's real. Let me know, man, and I will drop the link. No cap. Score Vikes. Yeah, man. Score Vikes. But what will make the Vikings so confident that Durante Jones will stay, that Flores will stay? Now we know the presser was pushed back and it was supposed to be this week. It was moved back to next week. So you ask yourself the question, what type of work, what kind of work the Vikings are doing behind the scenes. But they're going to have to break bread. I repeat, they're going to have to break bread at the end of the day, dog. Period, huh? No cap. Yeah. But I just asked, KOC, the way his offense was ran, the way his offense was inconsistent, what makes them and the Wolves think that Flores and Durante Jones will remain? And you got to shout out Durante Jones as well, just for what he helped do with the secondary heavy. You talking about a secondary that lacked a lot of personnel, that lacked talent, especially at the cornerback position. So the way Flo and Durante Jones had them boys playing was on a different level. So they're gonna want the bag. They're gonna want the guapino. You understand? They're gonna want the bag. They're gonna want the guapino. You hear me? Heavy, dog. No cap. Yeah. So you want to retain Durante Jones and B Flow at the same damn time? You're gonna have to put a little money out there, man. A little money out there around yonder. Heavy. SKOL State of Mind in the building. SKOL State of Mind in the building. What up, big dog? SKOL Vikes, bro. Early. Yeah. Early, man. Let's get it, man. Yeah. Once again, Durante Jones, definitely a major piece. Definitely a major piece. And you got to understand, if Brian Flores leaves, it won't just be Brian Flores leaving. It will be other coaches under him leaving as well, who came up under him, who have been learning from him, right? Growing under him, etc., etc., etc. So this whole Durante Jones situation shows you just how quickly and swiftly, if B Flow were to leave, now, definitely we want him to stay, but if he were to leave, it shows you the domino effect it could definitely have. SKOL State of Mind says, what is retaining Flores that important? Hold up. Matter of fact, let me do this here. let me stop sharing this page right here around yonder, huh? Yeah. Oh man. What type of question is that? SKOL State of Mind. SKOL State of Mind said, is retaining Flores that important? Oh man, what do you think, SKOL State of Mind? Let me know, bro. Matter of fact, if you want to come up here and speak your piece, let me know that as well. And I dropped the link, man, early. SKOL Vikes. B Flow don't go. I repeat, B Flow don't go. Hell to the yeah. Retaining Flores is that important. What do you mean? Is it that important, big dog? How is it not that important? Matter of fact, fire the chat up, dog. If you think, give me a yes or no, is retaining B Flow that important, man. Once again, give me a yes or no, is retaining Brian Flores that important? Hell to the yeah. Period. How would it not be important, dog? How is it not important, dog? You hear me? Huh? Who will come in and who will come in and do the same job right away like B Flow did? Huh? Who will come and change the personality of your defense, huh? Like B Flow did, dog. With the lack of personnel. With the lack of personnel, lacking talent in major areas that you need to not lack talent in. You know? So hell yeah, man. He changes the whole energy of your defense. You know, he's more important than KOC. He's more important than Quasi, baby. Yeah, I said it. Let me repeat it. He's more important than KOC. He's more important than Quasi. Yeah. He's the most important signing, most important coach to retain right now. You know, look at the defense. Yeah. Easy work, easy work. Matter of fact, look at the defense again with the lack of talent. I mean, let's just be real and state the facts here. B Flow is really the best thing to happen to Minnesota in some years now. Period, man. That's just what it is. Ain't no way around it. You understand? And that's what I feel about it right there. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, he's that important. Man, what? Hell to the yeah, dog. For real. I'll look at it like this. Flores being here always had an expired date. It was only a matter of time before he left and got a head coaching job. Well, what does that mean? Does that mean the expiring date was this year? No. Did anyone expect him to leave this year? No. You hear me? Come on, man. I mean, what everybody has an expiring date technically, right? SKOL State of Mind, you know. KOC has an expiration date. Quasi has an expiration date. As we saw, boom, John Harbaugh has an expiration date. But the only thing is, some expiration dates come abruptly. Some expiration dates come unexpectedly. You hear me? And for BRIAN Flores, let's be real. No one thought he would be leaving this year, especially with the whole situation he is in with the NFL, bro. Period. It was more likely for him to leave last year than this year, right? Right. So yeah, everybody got a damn expiration date, a damn timeline, homie. But at the end of the day, no one expected it to be right here, right now, early. Definitely not the Raiders. Definitely not the Ravens. You know. But this is just how things are working out right now. But of course, that's the ultimate goal for Flo. He wanted to be a head coach. But at the same time, just because he wants to be a head coach, don't mean he will go be a head coach if the situation is not right or if it doesn't make sense, bro. Period. And at the end of the day, the Vikings will be in a horrible piss poor situation if they don't retain Flo. Heavy. I don't care who we talking about. Raheem Morris, whoever you bring in, ain't nobody on Flo's level, bro. Period. No cap. Look at Raheem Morris. Obviously, he had an expiration date. You can't keep a guy away from his dream of being a head coach again. No one's saying that. Once again, I repeat, no one's saying that. But you can postpone it. You can pay him the Guapino, the Federale. Maybe your head coach can be better on offense to make him believe in this offense with all the effort and work he's putting in on this grind to make this defense top 5. Huh? Yeah. Even without having his real personnel. Yeah. So what we really talking about here round yonder? Hell to the yeah, you must retain Flo. Ain't nobody coming in right away and doing the job that Flo has done. Can't nobody fill Flo shoes, bro. For real. You make the bid, you bid out everybody to keep him in that position. Matter of fact, fire KOC, put him in head coach. That would be the ideal situation for me. You know what I'm saying? If we being real deal, no Holyfield, but shout out respect to Holyfield. He is a boxing legend. Hell, he my boy tripping tonight, ain't he? SKOL State of Mind 0-1 tonight for real, dog. 1,000. The Vikings have prepared for themselves for this happening. Prepared how? Prepared when? I'm just reading an article right now where the Vikings feel like Durante Jones, which is your cornerback coach and assistant coach to Flores, and BRIAN Flores will stay. So if they prepare for this SKOL State of Mind, why the hell would they believe and have certainty that Durante Jones and BRIAN Flores will remain in the building? I ask you again, if they were prepared for this happening, why are we seeing articles saying that the Vikings believe Durante Jones and BRIAN Flores will remain defensive coordinators, assistant coordinators on this team, period? You hear me, dog? No cap. Let's make it make sense at all times. I repeat, make sure you're making it make sense. And once again, you want to come up here and say how you feel, let me know. I will drop the link, dog. Just make sure it's real. Yeah, SKOL VIKES. Believe that. Shout out Hoople in the building. Shout out Hoople in the building. B-Flow is going to leave. Too many good opportunities. Got to get D coordinator from within. Yeah, we got the playbook. What playbook do you have, Hoople? What playbook do you damn have? And first off, no, we don't know B-Flow is going to leave. A lot of opportunities, yeah. And which opportunities are good? Let's be real. The only really good opportunity may be the Ravens. And that all depends on how their roster looks next year. Cowboys, trash. Raiders, trash. Right? I repeat, Cowboys, trash, boom. Raiders, trash, boom. It's all about the guapino. It's all about the federale. If the Vikings pay that man what he wants, I guarantee he stays. You know, and you say we got the playbook. What does that mean? We got the playbook. Heavy, homie. Yeah. You know, early. What does it really mean? Yeah, man. Let's get it, bro. I get all that, but ask yourself this question: are the Vikings going to ever offer him the head coaching job? That's not the question to ask right now, my boy. You know, Mel Batty in the building. Real talk, EJ. Mel Batty in the building. What up, big dog? Let's get it, man. Paying him more money doesn't mean anything if he's not the head coach. It means a lot. It means he's the highest paid defensive coordinator in the world. You know, it means it makes a lot of sense for him to stay. Matter of fact, my big dog said, drop the link. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. SKOL State of Mind. Give me 1 second, dog. Heavy. Early, man. Yay. 1 second, man. 1 second, bro. You hear me? Heavy. Give me 1 second, man. For real. I'm finna drop the link right here. Give me 1 second. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Shout out SKOL State of Mind in the building, bro. You hear me? No cap. Yeah. One second, D Woods. 1 second, dog. Y'all give me a minute. Y'all give me a minute, man. Yo, you can hear me? Yo, you there? What up, big dog? What's going on, man? SKOL VIKES.
What up? Can you hear me clear?
You clear, man. Say how you feel. Say how you feel, big dog. I can hear you. I can hear you. You can hear me, right?
This is how I look at it like this. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right.
Okay. There we go. Sound better now. Look, peep game. This is all I'm trying to say, bro.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, Flores already stated that he wants to be a head coach in this league, that there's only 32 opportunities to be a head coach. Now,
right.
With that being said, my gripe with the Vikings is not being prepared for this to happen, because I look at it from a different lens. Like, yo, you know, he has head coach aspirations, even though with the lawsuit and everything like that. And I just feel like, regardless of how much money you push in front of him, if it's not that head coaching title, there's no guarantee of him actually staying. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like we might want him to stay because we love Flores and his defense is great. But if Flores doesn't see a pathway to being a head coach with the Vikings, then you got to be prepared for him to actually leave. And that's all I'm really saying. It's not no shit of saying like Flores is not a good coach. It is the fact like he wants to be a certain part, you know, be somewhere. He wants a head coach, and that's not going to get offered here. That's what we got to understand as fans.
So your thing, you coming in from a point of view is like the Vikings should be prepared for this to happen.
I think the Vikings should have been prepared for this like 2 years ago. Like, because if you think about it though, Big SKOL, Flores has done everything he needed to repair his image, show he can actually build a defense from the
Facts.
bottom up. He took a defense that was basically, a bottom feeder, in the league and made him a top 10 defense, if not top 5. So if you look
Right.
at everything that Flores has done, bro, let that man go and get a head coaching job because he's done everything he needed to do. Every box he needed was actually checked.
Everything but win a Super Bowl and have the #1 defense.
He already got a Super Bowl ring, though. That's what you got to understand. He already got multiple Super Bowl rings already. So that doesn't really entice him because he won that in New England.
Right.
He wants to do it on his. He wants to do it on his own now. He wants to be the head coach that builds the team and builds the culture that goes to the Super Bowl. He's already won Super Bowls as a DC. He wants that Vrabel title, where Vrabel's probably gonna get Coach of the Year again. He wants that, and the Vikings don't offer that to him. Only thing that's gonna be offered is being a DC.
Right. So you think no matter how much money the Vikings offer him, that his main goal is to be a head coach.
Yes. Now if the possibility of him being a head coach and it don't work with the Raiders or whatever team that's interviewing him, then yeah, maybe he might come back next year. But then we're gonna be having that same conversation this time next year because coach is gonna get fired again and he's gonna be interviewed again. So that's what I'm saying. It's like he had an expire date when he came to this team as a DC. And we shouldn't have been prepared for that, especially after 3 seasons of being a top defense. Like, it's going to happen, bro. Like, there's no way around it. He's not going to stay with the Vikings just to be a DC.
Yeah, that's
KLC gets fired, and you see they love him.
Right. Yeah. That's inevitable that he's going to get hired eventually. Yeah. Yeah, that's inevitable. I mean, you definitely got to prepare, but like I say, the expiration date, it could be abrupt or, it could take some time. Like my thing's like he wants to be a head coach, but does he really want to coach the Dallas Cowboys or the Raiders? The Ravens probably makes the most sense, but, it got to be the right situation too. Like you always say.
Yeah, it's going to be the right situation. Me personally, I think the best situation for him is the Raiders because they have $100 million in cap space. They don't have a quarterback. He can build it from the ground up and see it flourish from day one. Like, I don't know if he's going to pair well with Lamar Jackson, but the Ravens are a good fit. But at the same time, it's like, bro, he wants to be a head coach, not a DC.
So you think him saying that he wants to remain in Minnesota and the Vikings thinking he will remain, you think that's just sounding good for the fans and the people?
That's all cap because he done said it for multiple interviews that he still wants to be a head coach. Like,
we know for a fact he wants to be a head coach. That's exactly. We know that for a fact. Yeah.
So with the money, let's just say they make him the highest paid. Well, they offer him to be the highest paid DC in the whole league, right? That wouldn't mean nothing to him because he wanted to be a head coach.
For real, head coach, but being the highest paid, say boom, they give him a contract. He's the highest paid for the next 2 years. You don't think being the highest paid would say, all right, I can wait 2 years and keep doing my thing with Minnesota and even show my worth even more. And then after 2 years, boom, we'll go our separate ways. I just think you can find a way to keep, if he really wants to stay. I feel like you can find a way to really make him stay if he wants to stay.
Bro, think about it like this though, right? You said wait 2 more years and be the highest paid DC. He's already been here 3.
Yeah, but he's not. But he's not the highest paid DC though, right?
How many head coaching opportunities he gonna get?
Bro, head coaches get fired every year.
He don't care about that.
So you think he waiting for that head coach and he gone? Yeah, I feel you on that. I feel you on that.
The opportunity fits his need. He gone.
Yeah. But bro, you think it's gonna be Dallas? The Raiders? You think the Raiders is really a good opportunity? Bro, that's a that's a horrible organization right now.
Break down the Raiders. Okay. Look, bro. They got Tom Brady in there, right? They got Tom Brady in there, who's already a Patriot, right? They got $100 million in cap space for next season, and they got the first overall pick in the draft.
Hold on.
What was the problem? Yeah.
That's fact. So they got $100 million cap for real. Hold on, let's see.
They got
now.
$100 million cap. They got $100.
Damn.
Look it up on over the cap. They got $100 million cap and the first overall pick. Now the problem that he had in Miami was they drafted Tua. He didn't want him. He wanted more control. Now he's gonna have the greatest quarterback of all time in the front office with him, saying, "Hey, this is what we should do at quarterback." Even if they go out and get a veteran quarterback for a year. Even if they draft Mendoza or Dante Moore, they're not going to throw the quarterback out there this first year because they got the money to pay a veteran quarterback for 2.
Right. Unless that quarterback is like that early, though.
Yeah, unless he's like that early. And with the money, with the Raiders that they got in free agency, they can fill every hole on their roster. And he can have, with him being the head coach, he'll be the one saying, "I want this, I want this, I want that." That's what I'm saying, like, bro, like $100 million and the first overall pick.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. All he gotta do is hire like Mike McDaniel as the OC for him, and he running, he good.
Yeah. Mike McDaniel definitely needs to be an OC rather than a head coach. He one of them dudes. He better off being a coordinator. Yeah.
That's what I'm
saying, no cap though. Like, and you ain't capping yet. 110 mil. Damn, I ain't know that.
Hey, Big SKOL, when I know my shit, I know my shit. I don't just be on here talking, bro.
I respect that.
Talking, man.
Yeah.
Saying, like, I'm just thinking about it as like, if you take everything that happened in Miami, no cap space, didn't want the quarterback, didn't have say so, he could be able to do that in fucking Vegas.
And you know what trippy?
And a number overall pick.
And you know what trippy about Miami? He was going through all that and still was successful, dog.
It was successful.
You know?
So they already know he can win with less.
Yeah. No, that's correct. That's a lot of money, dog. 110 mil.
I'm telling you, man, like as Vikings fans, we gotta look at it from a different lens. Like this is a business decision for him, man. Like I understand you always want to keep players and coaches, you know, close to the best, but at the same time, it's like you can't hinder him from other opportunities, especially if the opportunity is going to let him, you know, spread his legs and become the head coach that he wants to be.
Oh no, I get that. My thing is, shit, I don't want him to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, that's all I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, because if he go, where we go from there? Raheem Morris, he may be the closest thing.
I think if you go from there, you got to go after somebody like Jonathan Gannon. Like Jonathan Gannon is a good DC. He got Minnesota ties because he was here under the Zimmer regime. I think he's a better coach than Morris. Because think about it is though, you got to get somebody that can actually come out here and help those corners. So I'm looking at it like that because they can't play man, and we don't have a lot of cap space going forward. So it's like, hey, you need somebody that's going to come in here and just keep it solid. And you got to be prepared for it not to be good next year because you don't have Flores. And you don't have turnover.
Because Flores probably the only coach who can take lack of talent and still perform well with it. Every coach can't do that, dog. Like the cornerback position was trash this year for us, and Flores made them look good. Yeah,
that's true to a certain extent. But if you look at the last 5 games, I mean, we wasn't really playing against, you know, world beaters. Like you really gotta throw that in there. You know, like teams was just laying down. You know, Dallas was probably one of the only games to where I can say like, all right, you know, that was a great effort. But other than that, it's like you really gotta take the rest of them with a grain of salt.
Yeah, Dallas and Detroit, you can give them those because those teams are fighting for a playoff spot.
Those two, you knocked them out. But the stats get inflated against cats like Cincinnati or Green Bay in the last game.
Facts. Facts.
I'm just a realist. I'm just gonna be real about it. And that's not saying like defense was bad and not giving them no credit. They did their job. If a team was laying down, you still beat them. Like I don't look at it, but you know. But that's it though, Pisco, man. I just wanted to come in. I'm still at work and shit. I wanted to come in and chop it up with you real quick, man. And we gotta link up later though, man. You know,
for sure, bro.
On the live, man, for real.
For sure. Appreciate you for coming on, dog. Respect,
No problem,
dog. No
man.
cap, man.
All right.
All right, bro. Hold it down, bro. Shout out SKOL State of Mind in the building, man. Yeah, I like that, man. Let's get it, man. Shout out SKOL State of Mind, bro. No cap. Coming in giving facts, man. Coming in, say how you feel, keeping it real, bro. That's what it's about, man. Heavy. Damn, the Raiders, though, 110 mil. It's a lot of guapino, man. You definitely can work with that. Damn, you definitely can work with that. Hold on, man. Let me show the chat so you know it ain't cat, bro. Heavy. That's a lot of guapino to work with, man. Heavy. No lie. Hold up, bro. Hold up. Let's get to it so y'all can really see the numbers, man. The numbers, huh? Yeah. Las Vegas Raiders have a massive amount of projected salary cap space for the 2026 NFL season, with figures ranging from roughly 90 mil to over 110 mil. Man. So as far as money wise, that's definitely enticing for Flores. Just what he can do, just what he can do with a team, just how he can build his team. And you got Tom Brady working with him, building a championship players and coaches around him. Damn, bro. That's a lot of money to work with, homie. You can bring in some major pieces. The Raiders can bring in some major pieces with that amount of money. Key figures and projections early of January 2026, around 110 million. Some reports placed them second in the NFL with approximately 110 mil in available cap space after accounting for current players and projected needs. Around 90 to 95 million. Other projections have them slightly lower, but still in the top three with around 90 to 95 million. How the hell they get all that dough, bro? Heavy. Damn, bro. Why so much space? Clean cap sheet. The Raiders have a very manageable salary cap situation with a few long-term commitments, giving them significant maneuverability. Potential cuts, releasing players like QB Geno Smith if they move on, and guard/center Alex Kappa could add another 10 to 20 mil in space, pushing them even higher. Damn, dog. The Raiders got room to wiggle, room to work. You know? As far as who they are as a team, I don't think it's the best situation as far as they roster, but you bring the money into it, and the money they got to go towards their roster and build players. And they finna draft Mendoza probably if he pans out. Damn, bro. A very enticing job. No cap. Shout out SKOL State of Mind for dropping them facts, man. You hear me? Heavy. What it means for the Raiders. High flexibility. They can pursue top tier free agents, facts, or make big trades without major restrictions. Focus on QB and O-line. Expect them to address the quarterback position potentially with the number 1 pick and revamp their struggling O-line. Yeah, bro. Heavy. And as you know, Flores definitely got ties, man. Flores definitely got ties to the Raiders and Tom Brady. And Tom Brady's a winner, bro. Tom Brady is a winner. Man, let's get into it, bro. Let's get back to this article. Give me 1 second. And will be flow leave, will be flow leave. You hear me? Heavy. What we got here, sir? What we got going on here, Sergio? Sergio in the building. The Denver Broncos are going to win the Super Bowl. Man, you keep spamming that every live, homeboy. You hear me? You spammed the live last night, my boy. You hear me? Are you a Broncos fan, man? I repeat, are you a Broncos fan, man? Damn. Shout out Sergio in the building, man. Let's get it, man. Give me 1 second, bro. See where we at with it, man. Get back to this right quick, man. If you in the chat, like it up. I repeat, if you in the chat, like it up. Let's see. See where I left off here. Flores leads one of the league's most improved defenses. In his second season running Minnesota's defense, BRIAN FLORES has established a system built on speed, discipline, and consistency. The Vikings ranked among top 3 in yards allowed, giving up 282.6 per game, and finished 7th in points allowed at 19.6 per contest. The unit also forced 13 fumbles, the most in the league, a reflection of the pressure Flores structure created across all levels. Players have credited Flores' detailed preparation and accountability for the transformation. He has emphasized communication and situational awareness, focusing on execution rather than adjustments by instinct. That approach has not only reshaped the defense, but also restored his reputation around the league after previous head coaching experience in Miami. Coaching carousel tests staff cohesion. And we know it's about cohesion, bro. It's about chemistry, sticking together, building those real I repeat, relationships, right? Right. As the offseason begins, Flores has drawn interest from multiple head coaching opportunities, including the Baltimore Ravens vacancy, defensive pass game coordinator, and defensive backs coach Durante Jones is also a target, with the New York Jets and Dallas Cowboys requesting interviews for their open defensive coordinator positions. So you have to assume, dog, the domino effect will be Durante Jones leaving with Flores, right, if he were to leave. So it's a situation where it's not only Flores leaving, man, if he does leave. And like SKOL State of Mind said, we all know, like, he wants to be a head coach. That's the ultimate goal. But the situation has to make sense. You hear me? Heavy. But Durante Jones, he put his hands, he had his hands in the DB room as well. You know, and we all know it was a lack of talent back there. And they even had them performing at a high level, especially late in the season. Let's see, man. With the New York Jets and Dallas Cowboys requesting interviews for their open defensive coordinator positions. Jones has been part of the Viking staff since 2020, returning to Minnesota after a season at LSU in 21. His work developing the secondary and coordinating the pass defense has made him a respected figure within coaching circles. Under his guidance, Minnesota's defensive backs played with improved timing and ball discipline, contributing to one of the NFL's most efficient third down units. Jones' teaching style emphasizes speed and decisiveness. It's about players trusting what we teach and playing fast without hesitation, he said late in the season. That simplicity has resonated with players and aligns closely with Flores' system first principles. Now, this is the main question, like the article said. Is confidence inside the building that Flores will remain, that Durante Jones will remain? Now, it could be cap, it could be just to sound good and give the fans a little bit of hope, but it could be real deal. No Holyfield. Shout out, respect to Holyfield, right? He is a boxing legend. Let's get to it. Despite external interests, there is a strong belief within the organization that Flores will remain with the team if he is not hired as a head coach. Leadership understands his value and is prepared to reinforce that commitment. The franchise's ownership is determined to keep the defensive identity stable and views Flores as central to that goal. We all know if Flores leaves, the defense will not be the same. The same level of regard extends to Jones, who is seen internally as one of the most effective assistants on Kevin O'Connell's staff. His ability to connect with players and communicate adjustments during games has been a major part of the group's success. Losing both Flores and Jones will force the Vikings to look outside for leadership continuity continuity, but the organization remains focused on retaining both. I hope so, dog. I hope so. Heavy. And matter of fact, hell, get KOC up out of there. I stand on that 10 toes down, bro. Period. Trade KOC, fire KOC, and bring B Flow in the building. That's the right move to make. That's the real move to make. Balancing growth and continuity. Flores' return to form as a defensive strategist has helped create opportunities for the coaches around him. His presence has also influenced Minnesota's approach to staffing, emphasizing internal development and clear communication over constant turnover. If either Flores or Jones departs, it will mark the natural consequence of success rather than instability. For now, the Vikings' offseason planning reflects confidence rather than uncertainty. Flores has continued to practice in internal meetings, and staff evaluations have proceeded as scheduled. The organization's focus remains on maintaining its defensive foundation while making necessary adjustments to the offensive structure. So according to this article, things are still moving the same, but we know things ain't moving the same, bro. Period. No cap. Even if Flo is still coming to the meetings, talking to the coaches, right? Conversing with players, maybe, baby, having relationships and open communication with KOC and Quasi. It doesn't matter. We know for a fact teams are interested. Brian Flores is interested in being a head coach. Now the situation has to be right. Yeah. But the Ravens, Raiders, now we know how much money they working with, how much Federale, Guapino, Linguini, Fettuccine they working with in the cap. It makes it all that much more interesting. So like I always say, baby, don't get caught up into the articles and these beat writers trying to make certain things sound good, right? Right. Heavy. The outlook for 2026. Minnesota's defense resurgence has positioned the team as one of the most disciplined units in the NFC. Flores and Jones represent both the foundation and the potential challenge of sustained success. Other teams have noticed, but the Vikings appear prepared to keep their core leadership together through a clear vision and organizational alignment. As one insider described the outlook, if Brian Flores is a defensive coordinator in 26, it's here in Minnesota, and which it should be, heavy. If he goes to a team just to be a DC, why the hell would he do that if he's in his right mind? That makes no sense at all, especially if they pay him buku money to keep the position, period. I'm sure if he leaves, it will be for a head coaching job, dog, period. The Vikings believe that statement reflects more than optimism. It reflects the structure they built and the priority they placed on stability. A lot going on, bro. A lot going on, bro. You hear me? Heavy. Shout out JL in the building, dog. Shout out JL in the building. He said, if we lose Flores, we are done. If we lose Flores, we are done. Oh, man. JL. Oh, man, JL. He says, if we lose Flores, we are done. I agree as far as defensively. Now, you can bring talent in. You can regroup, but how quickly do you bring that talent in? And I don't think it will be quick enough for next year. No. I don't think you can really build a full roster and fill the holes necessary in the secondary, at the safety position and cornerback position just this year. So it's going to be tough, man. Heavy. But JL, next season will be tough, man. You lose Flores. It's different automatically. Because can't too many coaches, not many coaches at all, do what he does with the lack of talent. That's the biggest thing here about Flo, right? That's what stands out the most about Brian Flores. What he does without the true personnel that he wants. Heavy. Shout out SKOL State of Mind. He says, my bad, bro. Flores actually has 4 Super Bowls, not 2. Damn, Flores got them rings and bling. Shout out SKOL State of Mind in the building, man. Heavy, man. Early. And he at work too, getting it in. Respect, dog. Respect. Yeah. Flores. So we like, you know, the question is like, at the end of the day, we all know, right? Flores wants to be a head coach again. That's his main goal, main objective. You know, how bad does he really want it though? Will he go to a team like the Raiders right now, who are bad if we're talking about personnel, but who have a lot of money to play with and work with? And you got to presume players would be more attracted to the Raiders with BRIAN FLORES as the head coach, bro. Period. You also got Tom Brady in the building. Oh yeah, players gonna be definitely the Las Vegas, the whole Raiders scene. Players will definitely want to will be more enticed to play for Flores heavy, especially defensive players, man. Defense. Excuse me. Defensive minded players, dog, and free agency, the top free agents picks. They definitely will be inclined to go play for the Raiders, man. Get McCoy, Vol Nation. That boy. I'll be right back, man. My dog Andre in the building, homie. Oh man. He said, "Get McVoy, Vol Nation." I know you would love that one, homie. Shout out my boy Andre in the building, real Tennessee fan, SKOL VIKES, Minnesota fan. We here, baby, heavy, man. No cap. Don't forget, we got a mock draft coming up. My mock draft coming up. Last segment of the live. Stay tuned. Rock and roll with Big SKOL, man. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell right. All that. Hey, what time is it, bro? Y'all know the game is tonight. Oh, 6:30. Oh, yeah, we good. We good. Who y'all got in the game tonight, man? Y'all watching the game? Let me know in the chat, bro. Y'all got Indiana or y'all got Oregon, bro? Let me know, bro. For real. Very interesting situation with BRIAN FLORES. Let's see if they got some on YouTube, man. You know, see what's going on YouTube. What the analysts saying, man. What the people saying about Flo, homie. Yeah. See what's up, man. Give me 1 second. Let's see if we got any information, dog. Let's see, man. Hold on, man. Hold on. Let's see what's going on. Give me 1 second. Let's break it down, man. Hold up. Hold up. Shout out Realize in the building. Hold on. What's Rel Zizzy in the building? Shout out Rel Zizzy in the building. What an interesting name. Shout out. What up, big dog? Heavy. Need to make sure that O-line doesn't have people that suck starting all year. Big facts. Big facts, man. For real. Where the train at, man? Big facts, homie. Yeah. The O-line needs to be revamped. The O-line needs to be revamped. One more again, man. Oh, yeah. Shout out, Real Zizzy in the building, bro. For real. We know that is a fact. We know that is a major fact. The O line must be revamped. We got dudes like SKOL in the building. Will Fries, was he overpaid, huh? Yeah. Ryan Kelly, he's probably done for. His career is probably over if we're being realistic, right? I mean, you talk about 3 concussions in one season. How can you bounce back? You know, what the Vikings even allow him to play again? Donovan Jackson, promising rookie. Can he stay healthy a full season? We already know the situation with Darrisaw. Can he stay healthy a full season, right? Heavy. Brian O'Neill, is he on the decline? I repeat, is Brian O'Neill on the decline? So a lot of questions about this O-line, bro. No cap. A lot of questions going on about this O-line. You hear me? Yeah. Purple soda in the building, man. Purple soda in the building. What's going on, my family? I know we're worried about losing Flores, so am I. But I was worried when we lost Zimmer, not so much as head coach, but as a defensive mind. And we made it through. Did we make it through? I mean, you know, do we got a first round playoff win? You hear me, dog? No cap. I mean, what's up? Who do we bring in before Flores? Ed Donatel and that weak ass Shell? You hear me? Of course. I mean, if Flores was to leave, you ain't got no choice to figure it out, right? That's part of the business. That's part of the game. The Vikings will have no choice to figure it out. You know? You hear me? You ain't got no other damn option, bro. You hear me, Purple Soda? That's the name of the game. But at the end of the day, let's not sit here and act like it will be easy to replace Flores. Heavy. Especially when we seen defensive coordinators in the building like Ed Donatel and that weak ass Shell. Huh? So I understand what you're saying. You got to regroup no matter what the situation is. You got to find a different DC no matter what the situation is. But let's not act like the Vikings won't be in a bad predicament if Flo leaves. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hey, especially you got the same talent or you don't, or if Quasi missing the draft again. Oh, hell yeah. Defense will not look the same at all. I repeat, not at all. No cap. But I definitely understand where you coming from, Purple Soda. No cap, homie. You hear me? It may be hard at first, but we'll figure it out. Definitely. Now, do you think Quasi can figure it out? Do you think Kevin O'Connell can figure it out? Huh? BRIAN FLORES pretty much landed in their lap. Huh? Yeah, man. I mean, Quasi can't even figure out a damn draft. You know? If you want JJ out there, make sure that line is straight. Hey, Rail Zizzy, if you want any quarterback out there, guess what? Make sure that line is straight, dog. For real. Not just McCarthy. I don't care who it is. Patrick Mahomes, Brady in his prime, Joe Burrow, whoever. You got to make sure that line is straight regardless of whoever, right? Aaron Rodgers, boom. The list goes on and on. I don't care who you are. You got to have protection as a quarterback. Now, of course, you gotta adjust, you gotta adapt, you gotta make things happen sometimes. It won't always be perfect. You will be under pressure, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But at the end of the day, your O-line has to protect any quarterback, bro. You hear me? Heavy. That's just the name of the damn game. You know? For real. True, Ed just didn't adapt like KOC asked him to do. Ed, he was trash. He should have never been a coach ever. You know, they talking about what tree he come from and he been around Vangio and he this and he that. Man, stop the cap. Stop the press. For real, homie. Yeah. Bitch, yeah. The hell going on around here? The fuck going on around here? I don't trust Quasi. Shit, me neither. Who do, man? You know, who do? Do we even trust him any longer with free agency? Let me chill. Let me chill. You know, let's not disrespect Quasi 100%. he has brung some real good free agents up in here around yonder, right? Right. You got to give him credit for Van Ginkel. You got to give him credit for who? Blake Cashman. Yeah. No cap. Jonathan Grenard. Boom. You can say Jonathan Allen, Hargrave, but they didn't meet the level of production that was expected. If you ask me, heavy. Hell no. I'm not comfortable with them being the starters coming in next year, especially not Hargrave being a starter. I want some young boys in there, some young bulls. Like I say, hit free agency again, you hit the draft again. But as we all know, can we trust Quasi in the draft? Forget the free agency, right, homie? Can Quasi put a good draft together, homie? Yeah. All that free agency acquisitions and this and that, we passed that, bro. We way past that. The question is for Quasi now, can he put together a good solid draft, man? Huh? And I'm talking, you got 10 picks. Can you hit on 5 of them, bro? 6 would be even better. You know, Quasi has been piss poor in the draft. Yeah, man. That's just what it is. No cap. But the Wills will put pressure on him. Hope so. Holding wildin', dog. Holding wildin', man. Yeah. Yeah, man. One more again, homie. Oh man, you know. Holden say I can draft better than Quasi. Hey, you might be able to, homie. You might be able to. See what's going on YouTube with this video right quick, man. See what the news is, what the buzz is from Adam Schefter. Hopefully this ain't just clickbait, you know? Let's get into it, man.
In the new year, 8 coaching vacancies, as Tommy Tran mentioned, in the first week of 2026. Mike McDaniel, the latest. Did you have the Dolphins joining this group? The Dolphins have fired head coach Mike McDaniel, who's been in charge of Miami for the past 4 years. However, he failed to make the playoffs in each of the past 2 seasons. The Dolphins currently have the longest postseason win drought in the NFL, dating back to 2000. With the Fins firing McDaniel, as mentioned, there are now 8 coaching openings across the NFL. That's a quarter of the league for you math folks out there. Of course, it was a tough decision. At least that's what Dolphins owner Stephen Ross has said. He released a statement that reads in part, quote, "After careful evaluation and extensive discussion since the season ended, I have made the decision that our organization is in need of comprehensive change. I informed Mike McDaniel this morning that he has been relieved of his duties as head coach. I love Mike, and I want to thank him for his hard work, commitment, and energy he brought to our organization. Mike is an incredibly creative football mind whose passion for the game and his players was evident."
Hey, chat, would y'all want Mike McDaniel as an OC? You hear me? Yeah. Would y'all want Mike McDaniel as an OC of the Minnesota Vikings? Do you think it would be possible and realistic? Hey, man, I'll tell you this here, dog. No cap. I'm taking Mike McDaniel over play calling way quicker, way sooner, any time of the day, any night over KOC. But let me know in the chat, bro. How do you feel about Mike? How would you feel about old boy coming to Minnesota, being the offensive coordinator? Right? As we know, some people are just much better off being coordinators rather than head coach, just focusing on one part of the ball, one part of the team, rather than managing a whole team, right? So could Mike McDaniel be that guy? Do y'all think it's realistic? Is it even a slight chance that he could be the OC for the Minnesota Vikings? I say no, because I think KOC is too stubborn. He's stuck in his ego. Heavy. I think KOC is way too stubborn, right? And that man is stuck in his ego. We'll probably see KOC play calling next year for real. You know? But I would definitely take Mike McDaniel over KOC play calling plays anytime, anywhere, any day. For real. Heavy, bro. You hear me? Early.
every day. I wish him and his family the best moving forward. So the Dolphins are moving on from Mike McDaniel, and more on that coaching carousel. We've got our NFL insider, Jonathan Jones, joining us here.
Certainly the final out of the way, right? Really,
last 4 years.
Try and get to some
that we have ever seen.
Flow talk, man.
And all those things. We'll have the opportunity and command.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Heavy. Hold on.
Their process and their.
It's on the
Certainly be the ultimate McDaniel.
With the most drip. Daniel down here in South Florida. If we talk about the guy who was before him, you mentioned it earlier, BRIAN FLORES has become one of the hottest coaching candidates on the market after that Vikings defense has just gone to new heights. We know he's in line to interview for that open Baltimore job. What's the latest surrounding Flores and even the Ravens when it comes to their head coach?
Yeah, so he will have the opportunity to interview with the Baltimore Ravens in the coming days. Obviously, they're getting started on the.
So an interview will happen. That's bottom line. So an interview is going to happen with BRIAN FLORES and the Baltimore Ravens. No evading it, nothing. It is scheduled, I'm sure. Oh, yeah, it's definitely going down, man. It's definitely going down. Don't play around in the boogie downtown. Hell yeah. So Flores is going to get an interview, period, no cap. So let's just let that settle in and sink in. You hear me? Heavy. Let's just let that settle in and sink in once again. I repeat, homie. Yeah.
Their process, and they're putting in for guys like Matt Nagy and Robert Saleh and Vance Joseph, and more names will be coming out. Jesse Minter is going to be a name to watch there. The Los Angeles Chargers defensive coordinator certainly could be an option there with the Baltimore Ravens. As it relates to BRIAN FLORES, he's a guy who, of course, used to coach with the Miami Dolphins, went to Pittsburgh, went to Minnesota.
Hold on, man. Hold on, bro. Let's get to some of these comments, man. I think he gets lucky more than anything. And the names you mentioned, Flores asked for them, if I'm not mistaken. So it wasn't like Quasi knew what he was doing. Quasi hasn't proved nothing in the draft, homie. Shout out Purple Soda in the building, bro. For real. You hear me? No cap. Yeah. Quasi and KLC both have benefited for having BRIAN FLORES as a coach. Period. Hands down, man down. They both have benefited heavy. Hell no, you know KLC stubborn, homie. You know KLC stubborn in his ways, Purple Soda. KLC is a ego-driven, egotistical at times motherfucker. No cap, bro. You hear me? Heavy. We know KLC, bro. Heavy. Even if Mike McDaniel would benefit this Vikings team and his offense, KLC still wouldn't hire that man. No way around it. Hell yeah, man. For real. We are cooked if he leaves. Heavy. Shout out my boy Big T, my big dog Big T in the building, man. Yeah. Bitch, yeah. Huh? One more again, man. Bitch, yeah. Huh? Can't believe nobody has been fired. How has the ST coordinator not been fired? How has the O-line coach not been fired? This soft-ass front office pisses me off. Come on, Big T. We got to hit that train again, man. Hold on. Big T coming in hot. Big T coming in ready and heavy, homie. Yeah. One more again, man. Yeah. The hell? I say one more again, man. Yeah. You know, period. How the hell have we not seen no changes yet, bro? But everybody want to come at McCarthy so hard. Everybody want to come at McCarthy so hard. Ben Lieber, big peanut, munchkin head ass bitch, want to come at McCarthy so hard. But like you say, Big T, we don't talk about the special teams coordinator, Matt Daniels, and how his special teams blew the game for us versus Chicago. We probably would be playing tomorrow night. Matter of fact, if they wouldn't have gave up that long return. We don't want to talk about the O-line coach being piss poor. For real, dog. No cap, huh? Yeah. You see what I'm saying, Big T? It's pick and choose, baby. Just like the world we live in, man. You hear me? Heavy. Everybody want to talk about McCarthy this, boom, McCarthy that, but they don't want to talk about the real problem and the real root of the problems that have been there way before McCarthy even came into the door. You know? Come on, man. Stop it, bro. Stop it. Yeah. Rams fired their special teams coordinator in the middle of the season. Well, damn. Well, damn. Minnesota Vikings, nice maybe. Minnesota Vikings, nice maybe. Baby, once again, bro, do you hear me? Once again, let's state the facts. Come on, man. Yeah. Come on, man. And let's not even bring up Ryan Grigson, his punk ass. Everywhere he went, been a catastrophe. I repeat, everywhere that man done been a damn catastrophe, right? No cap, bro, for real. Daniel should have been fired after that Bears game. Hell yeah. You mean to tell me you give up a 60-yard return and you could win the game when your rookie quarterback that everybody want to talk down about and make him the scapegoat and got a problem with him just because he is an ultimate competitor? Everybody want to speak on him and say this and say that. Oh, he's immature. He's not mature. Ben Lieber want to come out the woodworks and talk. But you never see Ben Lieber come out the woodworks and talk about KOC or talk about the O-line or talk about nothing else. Even Paul Allen want to talk. Even Paul Allen, oh, KOC is so protected. KOC, Quasi, boom. These coaches, right, are so protected, heavy. They ain't even come out and talk about Wes Phillips' so drunk and driving ass when he riding around the city looking for some titties. Huh? Yeah. When he riding around the city drunk and incoherent looking for some titties to suck, huh? But everybody want to hop on Jordan Addison. Oh, release him, cut him, throw him in jail, throw him in jail. He's a thug, he's a criminal, all of the above. Shut the hell up, man. I'm starting to realize right now, Minnesota Vikings, you starting to realize who the Minnesota Vikings really is, bro, as an organization, at least with this new regime, etc. You know, and it's been that way for years. No one comes at the coaches. No one comes at certain players. Heavy. Come on, man. Stop the cap, bro. For real. Yeah. Cooper gotta go. Get whoever out of there. You shout out my boy Real ZZ in the building once again. Come on, man. Stop the cap, man. For real. Weak ass, punk ass O-line coach. You know? Weak ass, punk ass O-line coach. You hear me, huh? Yeah. Who he developing, man? Who he molding, man, into a great O-lineman, huh? Yeah. Come on, bro. Stop it, man. For real. Come on, bro. For real. Dude has how many hits in the draft? Naylor, Turner, and maybe JJ. 3 hits in only 4 years. Come on, man. And Jalen Naylor, they may not even be able to retain Naylor, right? Right. Crazy work, Big T. Crazy work, homie. You hear me?
Good defense there that, you know, obviously the team couldn't get the job done this past year. His contract is up in Minnesota, and so it's possible that he doesn't return to the Vikings even if he doesn't get a head coaching job. If he remains a defensive coordinator, a lot of people are looking at him potentially with the Dallas Cowboys. I think you can keep looking around, and he would be one of the hottest defensive coordinator candidates. Yeah, he could be a hot defensive coordinator candidate at a number of places, right? And so
I think if he simply remains a D coordinator, I don't see B Flow leaving for a defensive coordinator position job, especially not no team like the Cowboys. The Cowboys are in a worse situation than the Vikings, right? Yeah. Now he could say we could talk about the Cowboys because of more exposure, you know, America's team. He'll be more in the spotlight. But at the end of the day, the only way I see him leaving is for a head coach position, bro. Period. And pretty much being a DC, the Minnesota Vikings can match or surpass any offer that any other team will offer him, dog, strictly for being a defensive coordinator. So if it's about DC or not, I don't think he will leave for a defensive coordinator position, but definitely, homie, definitely things are heat up and they will continue to heat up with this head coach carousel going on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hell to the yeah, bro. If it's a head coach position available, you can expect him to potentially take it if it makes the right decision. You know, heavy. The Ravens enticing. The Raiders, even now that I found out about their cap situation, shout out my boy SKOL State of Mind for dropping them facts on the show, coming up here saying how he feel and keeping it real. But the Raiders got 110 mil to play with in their cap, bro. I repeat, the Raiders got 110 mil to work with in their cap. So you a head coach there, boom. Players gonna want to play for him already on GP, and you got Tom Brady in the building, so they're gonna want to come there on GP. Heavy, homie. Yeah.
You look at the Washington Commanders, for example, but he will have a shot with Baltimore. You talk about someone who is a leader of men. You talk about somebody who demands respect and commands respect and authority. Someone who has been effusive in his praise of the quarterback, Lamar Jackson. And I don't think there's any question that Lamar Jackson will figure heavily into the next head coach in this search process for the Baltimore Ravens.
Him and Lamar Jackson definitely would mesh well. I guarantee they would mesh very well. The chemistry would be there, homie. And we know BRIAN FLORES, he loves Lamar Jackson, loves his style, huh? Loves his playing ways. Oh, yeah. Damn, bro, the Ravens. And the fact that he has officially landed an interview, oh, man. Like I said in my last live, right? The Vikings better get prepared, be prepared for real.
Because they have essentially chosen Lamar. Baltimore has. And so you better find the coach and find the coach with the plan that fits Lamar best. And so in this interview process, it will be very, very important for BRIAN FLORES to talk about what he has learned on how he coaches the quarterback position, certainly after the years in Miami with Tua.
Yeah, a very, very big distinction there because the Tua BRIAN FLORES situation.
And it's going to come down to that as well. Like, will a team believe that Flores is in a position or has matured more and he can really handle, you know, not being, let's say, not wanting a quarterback, so to say, per se, right? Or not wanting a quarterback in the building. But right now, that won't be a conundrum because he loves Lamar Jackson. You know, he would love to coach Lamar Jackson, period. So that whole Tua situation in Miami is really null and void for real, because the BRIAN FLORES Lamar Jackson relationship, right, will be totally different. You know, coming in, BRIAN FLORES believes in Lamar, right? He wants Lamar. Heavy. Yeah, if he didn't, he wouldn't even go in for the damn interview. So that whole dynamic that him and Tua had or didn't have, no. And like we know, Flores is probably a totally different coach now than he was then, bro. Even on levels of maturity, growth, experience, etc., etc., etc. Being around Mike Tomlin, learning from Mike Tomlin, right? So he knows the game, looks at the game and the whole coaching position of it differently, right? I'm sure. Heavy.
Caught a lot of attention across the league there. So a great point from you, JJ. If we continue just following the cycle here, John Harbaugh, the one who left that job surprisingly in Baltimore. You mentioned the connection potentially down here in South Florida. We know Stephen Ross has that tie with the coach, excuse me. Tell me a little bit more about John Harbaugh. It feels like people are kind of shooing him into Miami, but obviously he's going to
take the town with that maybe with the.
That's probably it for the Flores situation right there. Flores talk. But yeah, man, this Flores shit is very real. This Flores shit is very real. I repeat, you hear me, dog? No cap. Gotta be kidding me. How the hell do you keep him around? The Lions got 4 starters in that 2023 draft: Laporta, Gibbs, Campbell, and Branch. Man, crazy work, Big T, man. Crazy work, homie. Yeah. No denying that. No denying the fact, right? Right. 3 more in 2022. That's crazy, man. Quasi has been piss poor in the draft. He has been piss poor in the draft. Heavy, bro. He has failed this team early. Quasi definitely got to go. Come on, man. See if we got any more Brian Flores news. Hold on 1 second, man. Hold on 1 second, homie. You hear me, homie? Heavy. Hold on, man. Give me 1 second, man. You hear me? Heavy. Give me 1 second, bro. For real. And I swear if they resign Naylor, how is that not grounds to fire Quasi? Because then you wasted a 3rd round pick on Felton, and he's not even going to get on the field other than special teams. Yeah, if Felton don't produce it this year, he was a failure, bro. A wasted pick, period. You expect your 3rd rounder to contribute, especially at his position. And we all thought that he brought Felton in to replace Naylor because we knew this situation would come, right? Potentially. You hear me? Early. So the fact that Ty Felton may be strictly a special teamer, another failure for Quasi, bottom line. Yeah, man. Quasi has not been good enough at all, bro. No cap. Crazy work, Big T. You hear me, man? Crazy work. I got one more video to get into about Flores. Let's see what this dude's saying here. But Tom Brady is the X factor, man. Tom Brady is definitely the X factor. You hear me? Heavy. Let's get into it. Know who this dude is? The Craig Carton show. They say he's an insider, but what is he really insider? Let's see what they say, man. Let's get it.
All right, welcome back to the Craig Carton Show. So here's the rumor out of Vegas. You know, Tom Brady is also the guy that supported Pete Carroll coming in to be the head coach. So Tom Brady's got to eat that one. That's his first loss as a team owner.
So Tom Brady owns the Raiders, and he wanted Pete Carroll. Failure. And you know Tom Brady, he is a winner, homie, right? Tom Brady is a winner. His whole career, he's been a damn winner, bro. One of the best to ever do it, if not the best, if not the GOAT. So Tom Brady will never be satiated with losing. And he's one of them cats who going to keep going and keep trying and trying until he wins. So the fact that he's vouching for Flores, he has identified Flores for being a potential head coach in his organization. He's going to do whatever he has to do to go for it. Now, nothing close to being official until Flores actually gets an interview like he did with the Ravens. But at the end of the day, the fact that Tom Brady is really poaching for Flores and mentioning Flores' name, and these articles ain't just coming for a reason. You know, you don't have certain insiders saying this just because it's cap. Right? You got some stories who may be cap out there or who have been cap out there around yonder. But the Mike Florios, this guy, whoever he is, whatever he stands for, Tom Brady, all these beat writers, they're not just going to type this shit up. You hear me, dog? And it be fake news for real. They can only get away with it for so long. Oh, yeah.
But I like the new idea, to be honest with you. He's got two guys he wants to bring in. He wants to bring in BRIAN FLORES to be the head coach and oversee the defense.
Okay.
BRIAN FLORES, as you might remember, was in Miami when the Dolphins actually.
It's all about defensive mind. It's all about him and his defensive mind. I keep telling y'all, bro, for real. You will not replace a Flores. You will not replace a Flores. Now you can get someone to be to reach his level close. You know, they may get halfway there, but they're gonna need a higher level of talent. Period. No cap. Especially at certain positions like the cornerback position, safety position, etc. Interior defensive lineman position, etc. Dog, right? Right. You can compare no one to Flo. I don't care what name you say, what name you call, whoever. If you know some names, some potential good defensive coordinators, right? Drop them in the chat, homie. You hear me? But I don't care who you throw out there. No cap. They will not be the same level that Flo is. It's different levels, dog, for real. And BRIAN FLORES right now is one of a kind, is just one of a kind until someone catches up and does the job.
Try to get Tom Brady out of retirement to come play quarterback for them. So they have some kind of relationship. And we've all seen what BRIAN FLORES has done in Minnesota with that defense. He's a great defensive-minded coach. He wasn't great in Miami as head coach, but if he's just there to really run the defense, great. And he wants to bring Brian Daboll in to be the offensive coordinator. Now,
BRIAN FLORES and Brian Daboll attached together, man, what type of dynamic would that be, bro? I repeat, what type of dynamic would that be? Flores and Daboll together? Oh man, early.
Daboll's going to get a bunch of interviews, and Brian Daboll, if he wants to be an offensive coordinator and not just sit home and take a check, will have, I think, multiple opportunities. But that would be interesting to me. Brian Daboll to work with, assuming it's a certain quarterback from Indiana, right? Who the Raiders are most likely going to draft. Number one, Brian Daboll is the guy that, kind of built up Josh Allen. Brian Daboll is the guy that saw something special in Jackson Dart. So his positioning as a quarterback guru, I think, is well placed, right? So he runs the offense with Mendoza, a rookie quarterback, and BRIAN FLORES, while you might appoint the defensive coordinator, oversees the defense as head coach. That would not be horrendous.
No, it would be,
a lot better than Pete Carroll.
It would be an upgrade. And the other part about Flores is he didn't get to finish fully because of the lawsuits and the issues. We don't actually know about him as a head coach. There might be a lot of potential there that was untapped that he never got an opportunity.
And by the way,
really
he's also the guy that didn't want Tua, quite famously. He wanted Justin Herbert down there in the worst way and got outvoted by the former GM and Steve Ross, the owner.
So and everybody loves to bring up Tua and his relationship or lack of relationship with Tua, right? But at the end of the day, you can't say he was wrong about Tua, period. Yeah, at the end of the day, you cannot say he was wrong about Tua at all, bro, right? Right. And the fact that dude just said he wanted Justin Herbert, man, Justin Herbert or Tua, it's no comparison at all. Who would you take? I know who I would take, heavy.
So if the Raiders can get those two guys and you're a Raider fan, I think that's a coup. I think that's a good job. The thing that I least like about Black Monday, as it's called, all the coaches get fired. Raheem Morris got fired yesterday. Pete Carroll just got fired. Kevin Stefanski, Cleveland Browns, has been fired. People think he's the front runner now for the Giants job. Just like real quick, if you're a Giants fan, and if you blame some of the nonsense in Cleveland just on Cleveland.
All right, this is about Flo. We're going to go to the next one.
They have an interest more Nagy than I've heard in Spagnuolo out there in Kansas City. And I'm looking at it like, is there nobody new?
I think that's pretty much it for the Flores situation. So yeah, bro, this shit is really steaming up here. It's getting hot. It is getting hot for real. All we can do at this point, pretty much, is what? Wait and see. Clearly. Oh damn! It's 7:08. The game is about to start. I got to get to this mock draft, right? Yeah. It's 7:08, man. I gotta get to this mock drafts. Like I say, y'all watching the game tonight. Who y'all got tonight? Y'all got Indiana or Oregon? If you watching the game, fire the chat up. Let me know who you got, baby. Indiana or Oregon? Heavy. Real ZZ in the building. You give Flores a juggernaut, 2 juggernauts at that. Watch how even more crazier this defense is. I repeat, you give Flores 2 juggernauts, even 1. Look at what he has done with having no really elite nose tackles on his defense. Period, homie. Heavy. Who has he had for real? Harrison Phillips, Hargrave, Allen. Look what he did with what's a boy named who they bring in the building, Kelly, or the dude who was an 8-year vet. And how he had the defense looking with them, homie. You hear me? Heavy. The defense last year before this season, look how he had them boys playing with the lack of personnel. Early. You get Flores the real personnel he wants. Get him real weapons in the building, real stars in the building, real dogs up front. For real? Oh, bro, come on, man. Sky's the limit. Matter of fact, there's no limit, right? Right. Now we got to get into this mock. Do you want to fucking mock? Early, man. Give me 1 second, bro. We finna get into this mock draft and really break it down. Heavy. We know what it is, man. The draft is where Quasi has to hit. The draft is where scouts need to do their damn job, which scouts haven't been doing their job for Quasi, period. You know? Give me 1 second, man. Give me 1 second. Let me get to it. Yeah. No, that's not it. Hold on. I want to mock. Huh? Give me 1 second here, man. Real quick. Where is that marker that I had? Give me 1 second, bro. I'm gonna find this website real quick around yonder. Heavy. Hey, where the hell is it at, bro? You hear me? No cap. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. 1 second, I'm trying to find that shit right here. Heavy. Mm-hmm. Here we go. Boom. Let's get into it. Let's dive in. Y'all with me, man? Y'all rocking with me? Early, man. Let's get it, bro. No cap. Bitch, yeah. You hear me? Let me share this screen. 1 moment. I want to mock. Yeah. Yeah, man. You hear me? Heavy. Normal. Let's do the ESPN version. What y'all think, Pete? What y'all think? Which version will be more accurate? Well, we got time to do all of them anyway, so let's start with ESPN, man. Boom. Where does ESPN, which way do they see the Vikings going and the Vikings having it, man? You hear me? Heavy. As we know, this is a very important draft for the Vikings. You have to hit on your draft. This is a win. You must win. You must win in the draft. You must win in the draft. Right? Right. Let's get into it. Y'all can see the screen clear. Let's get it, man. Boom. Go here. Green Bay. Hell no. No. Vikings enter the draft. Close this shit here heavy. Here we go. So, first round, boom. Now, how many picks do the Vikings have this year? First off, let's figure that out right quick. Round yonder. How many picks do the Vikings have this year? I think 10, right? Let me know in the chat. Is that facts that the Vikings have 10, or is it more? I guess the simulator should know, right? Right. I mean, you would think the simulator would know how many picks each team has. So the Vikings, bro. Vikings draft picks. The Minnesota Vikings have several picks in the 26th NFL draft, included their own first, second, third, and seventh rounds, plus additional picks acquired via trades, like a third from Philly, a sixth from Indy, Bills, etc. Potentially more compository picks, and likely a few more seventh rounders. So here we go, bro. Boom. We're just gonna get into it. First round there probably be the 18th overall. Boom. So first off, we got two trade offers. Two trade offers, man. Let's get it. Let's see. First trade offer, pick 23. Are these first rounds? Let's see what it is, man. Heavy. Hold on. Trade offer, Texans, pick 23, pick 69. Hell no, we're not taking that. So I'm assuming these are first round picks. Pick 40, pick 74, 2027, second from KOC, third from the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm gonna go ahead and reject that. Hell no, we need talent, and we need talent right away. So I'm taking the best. I'm taking the best talent available right now. So I'm gonna reject that one. Boom. I said reject, nigga. You hear me? So here we go. So these are the options at pick 18. Wow. So ESPN mock draft has Ruben Bain Jr. going to the Raiders instead of Fernando Mendoza. What? Wow. Do y'all agree with that there, homie? They got the Raiders taking Ruben Bain from Miami instead of Fernando Mendoza. I wonder why. Like, I really wonder why. That's trippy. That's weird. They got the Jets going Jeremiah Love at number 2. Arvell Reese going 3. Linebacker out of Ohio State. Francis Magoa, offensive tackle, Miami. Peter Woods, defensive tackle from Clemson. Dante Moore. Damn, they got Dante Moore going before Mendoza, QB from Oregon. Man, we're going to see tonight, though. We're going to see tonight, homie, for real. Caleb Downs, safety. See, I really want Downs, bro, for real. But if the Vikings don't trade up, Downs probably will be gone. But once again, keep in mind, this is ESPN. These are different platforms or different sports organizations predicting the draft, etc. But they got Caleb Downs going to the Washington Commanders at 7. David Bailey, edge, Texas Tech, going to the Saints. Kedrick Falk, edge, Auburn. Carnell Tate, wide receiver, going to the Bengals at 10. Ty Simpson, what? Stop the cap, bro. ESPN is off. ESPN is way off. Ain't no way. I repeat, ain't no way Ty Simpson is going to the Miami Dolphins at number 11. Ty Simpson ain't going in the first round, bro. No cap, bro. You hear me? Heavy. Ain't no damn way, bro. He's going in the first round, especially at not number 11. Jordan Tyson, number 12. Wide receiver, Arizona State. Caleb Lomo, offensive tackle, Utah. Spencer Fano, offensive tackle, Utah. Damn, Utah got them boys like that, huh? They really like that. Yeah. Mansour Delaney, cornerback, LSU. Fernando Mendoza, quarterback from Indiana. They got him going 16 to the Jets. So damn, ESPN got Fernando Mendoza dropping heavy. They got him dropping all the way down from 1 to 16. Then at 17, you got Mateo. Well, I don't want to mess his name up. Yui Galele, edge, Oregon. Oh, yeah. So let's see. So at number 18, boom. Who do we pick? Who should the Vikings get if this is the draft scenario, draft exact situation? Let's see if they got the position of needs right. Cornerback, safety, running back, offensive center, tight end, boom. So that's pretty accurate. That's pretty accurate around yonder. Heavy. So let's look at the cornerbacks and defensive tackles first. 1 second. We're going to break. And this, like I said, this is the first one, man. This is the first mock draft. I'm going to be doing plenty more. Let's get into it, man. Shout out Holden in the building. He says, I like Jamard McCoy from Tennessee. Cornerback. Definitely need a cornerback. Let's just see right quick. Let's see his profile. But don't forget, Holden, we need defensive tackle as well. We need a defensive tackle as well. You can never have enough trenches, right? Right. You even got Caden Proctor in there, man. Shout out my boy, Roll Tide full of pride. We got Caden Proctor in the building at offensive tackle. Could you bring, I don't know, man. Could you bring a Caden Proctor in to potentially replace Brian O'Neill? It seems like Brian O'Neill is not the same, man. He's been injury prone the last 2 seasons. So could you bring in a Caden Proctor, baby? I don't know. Here we go. Jeremy Bernard, receiver, Alabama, Roll Tide full of pride. ESPN definitely seeing things very different. They got Jeremy Bernard, the 20th ranked player. Amaru Washington, defensive tackle, Oregon. Jamard McCoy, Tennessee. Let's look at the profile of Jamard McCoy. Jamard McCoy, boom, 5'11", weight 193 pounds, RAS NA. Jamard McCoy is a front runner to challenge for the QB1 mantle in the 2026 NFL draft. At 5'11", 193 pounds, McCoy doesn't quite have the desired size profile, but at his size, McCoy has solid proportional length to go along with elite explosiveness and long strider acceleration on the attack. He's an instant closer off his plant and drive and a fleet-footed and fluid short area mover with easy matching athleticism. In press, he can stay square and dictate releases with physicality. And he's a smooth mover in zone with tremendous throttle control and vision. All this and McCoy's playmaking might be his most exciting trait. He snagged 4 INTs in 24. Overall, he's a complete scheme versatile cover man and a turnover generator. Oh, man. And I definitely know, Bama fans definitely know Jamard McCoy versus Tennessee, not this year, but last year when we had Milroe at quarterback. He definitely made some noise, dog. No cap. This is a tough one here, man. Damn. I think it comes down between Jamard McCoy, Caleb Banks, and Caden Proctor, man. Damn, I'm kind of leaning towards Proctor. If Proctor is available, I think Proctor can be a real dog, bro. His size, his athleticism, bro, his speed, agility, being that big, bro, heavy. Y'all know I love the trenches, baby. Y'all know I love the damn trenches, baby. Early. We do need a cornerback, though. We do need a cornerback, period. Only issue with McCoy, he has tore his ACL. Good call, Holden. Good call, my boy. You hear me, huh? Yeah. Great call out, man. Great call out. With that being said, I'm going to wait, bro. Let's see Caleb Banks, defensive tackle. Let's see about him. 6'6", 325, big boy, a real big boy. Caleb Downs broke out with 4 sacks. Caleb Banks broke out with 4 sacks and 7 tackles for loss in 2024, showing off high-level tools in the process. At 6'6", 325, with arms over 35 inches, he has overwhelming size, length, and forklift power to pair with inhumane burst and quickness at that size. His rare raw talent has grandfathered him into the stack and shed nightmare category. Damn. And he flashes excellence as a pass rusher with swims, swipes, and long arms. Banks needs more control and counter consistency, but his physical makeup is ready-made for instant impact at the NFL level, and that's what the Vikings need, someone who comes in right away and plays. The major questions come from his medical history and lack of availability in 25. Damn, bro, that's always an issue, a conundrum. He's had foot issues in the past and suffered another injury that required a procedure against LSU and will force a long-term recovery. Per Billy Napier, he'll have medical questions and lack of a recent film, but the tools could be enough to win over some evaluators. Damn, bro, injury definitely suck. You hear me? Man, bro. Ooh. This is a kind of tough one, though, bro, because Banks, his size, if he can stay healthy, his size and his power, 6'6", 325 at D tackle, damn, bro, he can definitely be a juggernaut. Caden Proctor, I ain't even got to look at him. I know who he is, what he can be. So for me, it's between Caleb Banks and Caden Proctor right now. I would throw Jeremy Bernard in there, but as far as receiver, the Vikings are pretty good at receiver right now, depending on what they do with Naylor, etc. And Jeremy Bernard, he might be there in the second round, early second round. We're going to see. But damn, homie, it's between Banks and Proctor for me. Heavy. Because we need trenches both sides. Both sides, we need trenches, man. For real, right? Yeah. Holden say, don't be biased about Caden Proctor. Oh, man, my boy. Holden, you already know, man. Roll Tide, homie. Yeah. Man, bro, let me see, bro. Andre Sutton in the building. Andre Sutton in the building. SKOL, we need trench, man. Big facts. With that being said, bro, I'm going to go with, hopefully he can stay healthy, but 6'6", 325, power, speed. Give me Caleb Banks, baby. Boom. Give me Caleb Banks, baby. You hear me? Boom. Get to the next one. Let's get it, baby. You hear me, homie? Yeah. So the draft is simulating. Give it a minute. And this is where I'll say right here, man. This is the job the Minnesota Vikings scouts are supposed to do. Whoever Kwesi hired in the building, him, Ryan Grigson, etc. This is what they're supposed to do, period, huh? No cap, bro. This is supposed to be their specialty. They have hours upon hours, days upon days, time upon time to scout these players and see what it is. Hold on, we have a trade offer. So right now we sitting at pick 49. We got a trade offer from the Commanders, pick 71, pick 199, 2027, second rounder. Round 2, 49. No. But you get 2 extra picks though in the second, bro. Damn, homie. You hear? What y'all think, bro? What y'all think? Let me know, man. Y'all taking the trade offer or no? What y'all think, bro? Fire the chat up, homie. Fire the chat up. Let me know, bro. Y'all see the trade offer? If you the Vikings, are you taking it or leaving it, man? Hurry up, man. Hurry up, because I'm finna make a decision on the fly. It's almost game time, man. Hold on. It's almost game time, bro. Hold on. Guess we're gonna watch the game and do the draft at the same damn time. I repeat, watch the game and do the draft at the same damn time. Bitch, yeah, bitch, yeah. You hear me? Big SKOL Vikes, win, lose, or draw. You know what it is, man. And make sure you become a channel member, homie. You hear me, homie? Yeah, support the grind, homie. Support the channel. $3 a month. Become a channel member, period, baby. Heavy. Make sure you join the Discord. I'm dropping the link. Heavy, man. Let's get it, bro. Early. SKOL Vikes. Yeah. SKOL didn't say fuck that Commander's trade, but that sound like what Quasi won in a trade. Hey, SKOL, you know how Quasi do, man. What Quasi do every damn time? He love to trade, ain't it? That boy love to trade. I'm gonna reject this, man. Heavy. Fuck up out of here, man. Early, homie. Yeah. Philly. Hold on now. We got Philly. What? Pick 49, pick 158. And then for pick 59 in 2027 second. Hell no, bro. Reject. So who we got here, man? All right, chat. Here we go, homie. Heavy. We got Gabe Jacaz, Edge, Illinois. Tight end, Cincinnati, Joy Royer. Safety, we need a safety. Zaki Wheatley. What y'all think about Zaki Wheatley from Penn State? Does anyone know about Zaki Wheatley from Penn State? Let's check him out, bro. You hear me? Hold on. Do I see my dog? Do I see my dogs in the building? Hold on, man. I see my dog Deontay Lawson, Roll Tide. Tim Keenan, Roll Tide. We talking defensive tackle. Do I want to go all trenches right now? The Vikings got a lot of picks. Do I want to go all trenches, baby? You hear me, huh? Yeah. I don't know, man. I might have to get at my boy Tim Keenan, homie, for real. You know, my dog's a dog. My dog is a real dog. Let's check out the safety from Penn State first, though. Zaki Wheatley. If you know anything about Zaki Wheatley, you hear me, fire the chat up, bro. Let me know early. What? Coming soon? Man, what? I'll do my own research then. Well, damn. Wham, bam, thank you, man. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Give me my peanut butter with my jam. You hear me, huh? Yeah. Y'all give me a second, man. I got to look up Zaki Wheatley, homie. Yeah. If y'all know anything about this dude, bro, let me know, bro. Period. Heavy. Zaki Wheatley. Holden say Lawson. Holden, hold up, Holden. Holden say Lawson, man. Oh, man. The thing I know Wheatley do, he plays safety for Penn State. I feel you, Holden. I feel you, dog. No cap, homie. You hear me? Heavy. Damn, bro. Holden say Lawson. Oh man, you know. Let me see. Let me see. Zakee Wheatley, 6'2", 200, big dude, big size, bro, big body. You hear me? 2025 stats, 74 total tackles, 1 interception, homie, heavy, 51 solo, 23 assisted. Yeah. Man, we definitely need a safety, bro. For real. Man, bro, heavy. Y'all give me 1 second, man. I gotta reload, man. Hold up. Safety. We definitely need a safety though, bro. Definitely need a safety. You hear me, huh? Let's see what else we got, man. My boy Keon Sabb from Alabama is there a little later, so we could really wait on him. Tim Keenan, my boy from Bama, though, man. Damn. Ooh, let's see. Hopefully a safety is there. I'm going with my dog. I'm going with my dog, Tim Keenan, man. Early. Let's get it. Fuck it. Roll Tide, full of pride. Heavy, bro. Let's win. Here we go. Next up, third round. Got a trade offer from the Bengals. Pick 110, 2027 third. Hell no. We're going to reject this one. I probably ain't taking no trade offers, homie, for real. Here we go. We still in need of a corner. Running back Jadarian Price, QB Carson Beck, no. K. McDonald, Xavier Scott. Cornerback, I'm going to kind of speed this up a little bit, bro. Just read the profiles. I think I'm going to look at cornerback right now. Or safety. Let's see. Damn, they got all my dogs from Bama. Bray Hubbard, my dog Bray Hubbard. Let's see, man. Jelon Kilgore, South Carolina at safety. Who got a linebackers? Damn, bro. Damn, homie. Huh? My Bama dogs is gone? What? Damani Jackson, cornerback Bama. No, don't want him early. Damn, bro. Let's see. Fuck. So we got Jadarian Price, running back Notre Dame. We got cornerback Xavier Scott from Illinois. We got cornerback from Texas A&M, Will Lee. We got safety from Arizona, Genesis Smith. Let's check him out right quick, homie. (6'2", 204. I like that. Genesis Smith is only a third-year player, but if he keeps performing like he has been, his declaration decision could be an easy one at 6'2", 204 pounds. Smith has a rare range and long strider, speed as a center fielder and single high safety, as his playmaking instincts are stellar, but he's not just a one-trick pony. With his center fielder skills, he can sink, redirect, and manage space in intermediate zones as well. And he's a rocket coming downhill in support. He can be more consistent with his take on technique as a blocker. Technique, as we know, can all be developed, can be improved by player, coach development. You hear me? He can be more consistent with his take-on technique as a blocker, but overall, Smith is an all-encompassing talent at the safety position with a single high and two high utility. You hear me? And the ball skills to be a consistent turnover threat for quarterbacks who have proved to bowl. Oh, man, I may go with him. Huh? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Genesis Smith, Arizona. Let's check out cornerback Will Lee from A&M. Six-two, tall corner, huh? Yeah. Will Lee began his collegiate career at the JUCO level and built his way up to the SEC, where he's grown into an all-conference defender at the highest stage. Lee, who had 2 INTs and 10 PBUs in 24, thrives as a domineering physical presence at close to 6'2", with arms near 32 inches long. His disruptive radius is a definite strength, and at his size, he's incredibly explosive and surprisingly fluid, with venerable long strider speed and elite short area twitch, reactive athleticism, and coil on redirections. There's still room for Lee to keep refining his technique, particularly with his footwork and positioning and pressing on his pedal. Nevertheless, he's the kind of size, speed, athlete, and competitor who has lockdown potential, and he's a high-level playmaker and processor with immediate starting utility. Wow. Here we go, man. It's a tough one, bro. You hear me? It's probably going to come down to Lee and Genesis for me, man. Heavy no cap, homie. You hear me? Yeah. Cornerback or safety? NFL draft buzz. I'll check that one out next time, Holden. You hear me, homie? Yeah. On this one, I think I'm going to go with Will Lee. Damn, bro. Will Lee. Yeah, let's get him. Uh-huh. Let's get him, homie. Yeah. Here we go. Pick 97, third round again. Pick 119 from Green Bay. Fuck Green Bay early. New York Jets pick 103, 227 fifth. Reject. Reject. Heavy. Let's get into it. Carson Beck, Kristen Miller, Emmett Johnson, running back, Nebraska. Omar Cooper, Cade Piper. Where the corners were, or the corners. Edge, don't need an edge. Offensive tackle, Tristan Lee. Offensive tackle. Takario Davis. Bray Hubbard, my boy Hubbard. I might have to roll with Hubbard. Tight end. Hold on. I'm going with my boy Bray. Boom. Roll Tide. Hold it. I know, right, homie? I know, huh? Yeah. You hear me, homie? Yeah. No cap. Oh, man. They about to kick off the college game, bro. Let me know who you got tonight. If you watching the game, right? Let me know who you got tonight, bro. You got Indiana or Oregon. I repeat, Indiana or Oregon. Matter of fact, I might do a little. I might just watch the game a little bit too, homie. Huh? You hear me? Huh? Yeah, yeah, man. No cap. It draft simulator going slow as hell right now. You know. I think I'm gonna give Indiana the edge. Oregon could definitely make it a competition, but I think I'm definitely going with Indiana, bro. They're well coached, experienced, a lot of old players, grown players, really diving in and locked in for real. And Kirk Cinetti is a dog, no cap. He's a real dog, bro, for real. Holden said, "Watch out for number 31 on Oregon." Hey, he nice Holden. He like that, bro. Is he really like that? Yeah. Is he really like that? Yeah. You hear me? Heavy, dog. No cap. Coin toss? Huh? Mm-hmm. Here we go. Round 5. I'm not taking no trades, bro, homie. For real, huh? Early. Round 5. Let's see what's up, bro. No cap. Offensive tackle, Carter Smith, offensive tackle, Indiana. Zane Durant, defensive tackle, Penn State. See if any names that I really know. Aiden Fisher, Indiana. He has a motor. Keon Crawford, pretty good motor, man. Pretty good motor. Pretty good player, man. Heavy. Eric Rivers, Georgia Tech. Damani Jackson, cornerback, Bama. TJ Hall, Bama. Got safeties in there. Let's see what we got for tight end, man. Tight end. Running back, Robert Henry Jr. Linebacker, Buffalo. Let's see. Arian Carter, Tennessee. Safety, Texas. Nick Barrett, South Carolina. I may go with him. Heavy. Let's go offensive tackle, Carter Smith. Damn, he smacked his ass, homie. You hear me? Heavy. Man. Oh, yeah. Man, huh? Yeah. Roman Hemby, Indiana. Oh, man. I think I'm going to go with Roman Hemby, man. Running back. I seen what he can do. Hell yeah. Draft. Boom. Let's see how Oregon started off. All right, hold him back, man. Yeah. Uh, here we go. 1st and 10. 1st and 10. Oregon got the ball. Here we go. Oh man, interception, bro. Are you kidding me, baby? Touchdown, Indiana, bro. Interception. What a way to start the game for Indiana, bro. No cap, bro. Period. You hear me? No cap. Motherfucking Indiana. I think they like that, bro. I think they really like that, Jack. Yeah. It's already ugly for Oregon, homie. You hear me, huh? Oh man, they talking about Dante Moore. They talking about Dante Moore, top 5, one of the top quarterbacks in the draft. I don't know, man. That was a horrible pass, piss poor decision. You hear me? Early, homie. Yeah. He took that bitch to the house early, homie. You hear me? Yeah. He stared that receiver down the whole time. No cap. Stared him down forever. All right, we got what round we in, man? Round 7, the last round? What? Come on, bro. Huh? Reject? Yay. Huh? Yay. Uh-huh. We got wide receiver Notre Dame, Malachi Fields, running back, boom, boom, offensive guard. Could we use a guard? Yeah. Wide receiver, Alabama, Horton. That's cap because Horton has entered the portal. Horton is not going pro. Wide receiver, Xavier Thomas, LSU. Like my boys say, let's just go receiver, man, to see what happens, man. Yeah. Malachi Fields, Notre Dame, boom. Indiana set the tone early, man. Damn. I mean, well, damn, Indiana. That's how you feel? Well, let it be real. That's how you feel, Indiana? Let it be real, dog. You hear me, huh? Yeah. My shit was on mute the whole time. Oh, hell to the no. Indiana took that bitch to the house, bro. You hear me? That's how you set the tone right there, man. That's the definition of setting the damn tone, bro. You hear me? No cap. Yeah. Let's go offensive guard, Texas. Oh man, yo. Here we go. I'm gonna reject that offer right there around yonder. Heavy. Offensive center, Indiana. Let's go for a center, man. Here we go. hold and say, see who is at tight end. See who is at tight end. You hear me, homie? Yeah. Out of all the dumb fumbles the Vikings have made, not demoting or firing O'Connell and moving Flores to assistant or head coach will be the grandfather of all mistakes. Big facts, secrets. Shout out Secrets in the building. Shout out Secrets Q100 in the building, homie. Yeah. How good is Deontay Lawson, bro? I like Lawson, man. I like Lawson, fam. You hear me, homie? Yeah. You hear me? Yeah. I think if he goes to the right team, definitely the right situation, he can definitely be an impact player, potential contributions even the first year, dog. You hear me, dog? No cap. Yeah. Vikings are bad. You're smart. Watch your mouth, dog. You're smart. Watch your mouth, dog. You hear me, huh? Appreciate you for being in the chat. Watch your mouth and your tone, though, dog. Watch your mouth and your tone, huh? Don't get wrong. You hear me, huh? Yeah. I'm a Rams fan. And you better hope the Rams take care of business tomorrow. I think y'all will beat the Panthers, right? You're smart, but y'all better be zoned in, huh? Y'all better be locked in. Believe that. Yeah. Bitch, yeah. You hear me? Yeah. Get back into this draft, man. Who we got? Hold and say, look for a tight end. Bad. Tight end, Indiana? Huh? Oh, shit, huh? Yeah. Let's see what tight ends we got up in here, man. Yeah. Jaron Kanak, Oklahoma. Tight end Jake Villing, Michigan State. Don't know nothing about these dudes here for real. Tight end Lawson Lukey. Let's just go with him real quick. Hey, no cap, man. Y'all got one of the best trios in the land, but ain't old boy hurt? Yeah, you know. Ain't what's the name still hurt? You know who I'm talking about, my boy, right? Right. Here we go. 2nd and 7 for Oregon. Marching down. Here we go. You see how Oregon is running the ball, Bama? You see how Oregon leans on the run, Bama? Ryan Grubb, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, Ryan Grubb, punk ass, take notes, bro. You hear me? No cap. And that's pretty much it for this mock draft, man. I'm gonna get ready to get up out of here, you know. Appreciate my big dogs in the chat. Hey, once again, huh? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell. Make sure you hit that bell. Also become a member of the channel, you know. And that's what it is, man. Heavy. Matter of fact, I'm gonna chill for a little bit and watch this game as well, you know. No cap. Or Oregon driving right now. 1st and 10. 9 minutes left in the first. Ooh, quarterback keep. Here we go. Oregon driving, man. Here we go. I'm gonna finish out this drive and see what's up. You hear me, homie? Yeah. First down, Oregon, 17-yard line. Oregon driving down, trying to match. Here we go. Nice way to bounce back from the quarterback, Dante Moore, after throwing that pick six. Right. Come off a pick six. You pretty much want to get it out of your head. Move on, get on to the next play, next drive, next series, whatever. Like I said, I'm gonna finish this drive up, then get up out of here, man. Heavy. Make sure you're in the chat, man. Like it up, support the grind, support the channel, period. Finish this drive up and get on up out of here round yonder, man. Yeah. See what Oregon do with it. See what Oregon do with it. You got any more Minnesota Vikings? Any more Minnesota Vikings opinions, questions, man? Drop them in the chat before I roll out round yonder, huh? Yeah. SKOL Vikes forever. Win, lose, or draw. I'll see y'all next week with the lives kicking up again. You know, every day, homie. Every day. Monday, we kicking off the week with another Minnesota Vikings live. We see what type of news drop, what type of information comes from the Flores situation, right? Right, bro. No cap. B-Flow don't go. B-Flow don't go. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead, roll out here, man. You know, I'll let y'all later. Once again, man, big SKOL Vikes, win, lose, or draw. Let's get it. Hold it down, man. Hold it down. SKOL Vikes. Oregon driving. Single back formation, one back, handoff. Nice play by Indiana, swarming, man. Heavy. Second and long for Oregon. Here we go. Second and 12, Oregon and Indiana territory. Shotgun, one back. Running back in motion. Here we go. Indiana not getting pressure. Oh, man. Oh, man. Too high, homie. Too high. Indiana only dropped 3 that time, man. Caused a little confusion for Oregon and their quarterback. Heavy. Here we go. 3rd and 12. Can Oregon convert? Can Oregon convert? You can expect Indiana to bring the pressure here. Let's see what's up. Let's see what's up. Big play for Oregon here, man. Heavy. Can they tie it up, or will they have to take the 3? Indiana showing Blentz. Blentz coming. Pressure. Ooh, picked it up. Touchdown, Oregon. What a throw. What a dot. They made them pay. They made them pay. Oh, yeah. Here we go, man. Nice play, man. Nice play. Woohoo. Nice throw by Dante Moore. Hey, they made them pay, bro. Indiana brung the Blentz, and Oregon hit their ass in the mouth. Oh, yeah. We got a game. We got a ball game. I'll let y'all later, man. SKOL Vikes. SKOL Vikes forever. Oh, yeah.